Once upon a time, in a small town surrounded by hills, there lived a young boy like many boys his age. He loved playing with his friends, watching the clouds, and listening to the birds sing. But there was one thing he found very hard, and that was studying. No matter how much he tried, he couldn't understand his lessons or remember what he learned. His classmates often laughed at his mistakes, which made him feel even worse. One day, while walking in the forest near his town, the boy came across a quiet temple. Curious, he went inside and saw a Zen master meditating. The calm and peaceful place made the boy feel relaxed. Gathering his courage, the boy went up to the Zen master and said, "Master, I am very bad at my studies. I forget what I learned and can't concentrate. Can you help me?" The Zen master opened his eyes, smiled kindly at the boy, and said, "Of course, but first you must understand the true nature of studying and the mind. I will give you some simple tips to help you focus and do better in your studies." The Zen master started explaining. The first tip is to clear your mind. He handed the boy a small jar filled with muddy water. "What do you see?" he asked. The boy looked at the jar and replied, "It is muddy water." "Now place the jar here and let's wait," said the monk. After an hour, the dirt had settled to the bottom and the water became clear. Pointing to the jar, the Zen master said, "This is your mind. When it is full of thoughts about playing, fear, or distraction, you can't see clearly. But when you calm your mind, it becomes clear. So before studying, take a few moments to meditate. Focus on your breathing and clear your mind of distractions. By doing this, whatever you read, you'll understand better." Second, focus on the present. The master pointed at a burning candle and asked the boy to watch the flame without letting his mind wander. At first, the boy's mind drifted to thoughts about his classmates, his failures, and other things. But with time and practice, he could focus on the flame. Then the Zen master said, "You see, the past is gone and the future is yet to come. When you study, be in the present. If your mind drifts to the past mistakes or future worries, gently bring it back and focus on your study. When you study, give it your full attention and stay in the present moment." Third, absorb the knowledge. Don't just memorize. The Zen master gave the boy a sponge and a stone. Then he poured water over both. The sponge absorbed the water, while the water just slid off the stone. The master said, "Many students try to memorize facts like the stone, letting them slide away after a while. Instead, be like sponge. Absorb the knowledge, understand it, make it a part of you. Don't just memorize. Understand the concept, visualize them, and relate them to the real life situation. This way, you will never forget what you have learned and will remember it forever." Fourth, break tasks into steps. The Zen master gave the boy a large block of wood and asked him to split into pieces. The boy tried hard but couldn't do it. The monk then showed him how to chisel it little by little until it finally broke apart. Then he said, "When faced with a big task, break it into smaller parts. Study in chunks, understand a bit at a time, and eventually you will understand the whole. Divide your study materials into sections. Focus on one section at a time. Take small breaks and then move to the next. This way, you won't get bored and can study for a longer period." Fifth, be present. The Zen master planted 2 seeds in a separate pot. He watered one regularly while the other was neglected. In a few days, the first seed sprouted and it grew into a beautiful plant, while the other remained dormant. Then the Zen master said to the boy, "Just like the plant, your effort will bear fruit if you are persistent and consistent. Study regularly, even if it's just a little every day. Consistency is key. If you keep studying regularly, even for a short time each day, you will become a brilliant student." The boy continued visiting the Zen master for several days to learn and practice these principles. When he returned to the school, he applied the lesson to his studies. It wasn't an overnight change, but with time, the boy saw significant improvement. He became more attentive, understood topics better, and remembered what he learned. His grades improved, and more importantly, he began to enjoy learning. Years later, when the boy grew up and became a very successful man, He often remembered the invaluable lesson he learned from the Zen master. He realized that it was not just about studying better, but also about living better. He understood that in the journey of life, it is not about just a destination, but the path you take and the lesson you learn along the way. So friends, if you also face challenges in your studies, remember this boy's journey. Just like he transformed from a struggling student to a brilliant one, you too can become brilliant with the power of determination, focus, and a clear mind. Embrace each moment, absorb the knowledge around you, and break down your goals into manageable steps. As you walk the path of learning, let the Zen Master's timeless wisdom remind you that your efforts, no matter how small, will bloom into success. Go forth with courage, for within you lies the potential to shine as brightly as the star in the night sky. I hope you like this video, and if you like it, then don't forget to check out previous video on Art of Letting Go. You can click here to watch it.